for this introduction and thank you for coming. Before I speak, I would like to offer a prayer for immediate safe return of all the hostages and our soldiers to their families. Yes. While I share with you my story tonight, I'm asking you to remember one thing. I may be the one who's standing here in front of you in this beautiful dress, but I want you to remember that my story is one of thousands of stories of other children who are being cared for by Emunah every day all over Israel. If you had told me 15 years ago that I will be standing here in New York City in front of important people and talking about myself as a success story, I would probably have told you that you are crazy. Me, little, shy Orel Nissan, do not make me laugh, that is not happening. My life was complicated and I was only a 10-year-old girl who was trying to survive. In a normal world, all children are well taken care of. Their homes are safe, warm, happy. Their parents are there for them. There is food for breakfast or dinner. You are taken to the doctor if you are sick. You have toys to play with. You know that you are being picked up from school. I had none of that. Since I was a little girl, my mom told me I was a failure. I grew up in Moreshet, a small village in the north of Israel. My mother Yafa and my father Ori brought 10 children into this world. Yes, I am the third of 10 children and I have 5 brothers and 4 sisters. My mom never worked and my father raised goats next to our small house. We grew up without boundaries. I could go to sleep when I wanted and no one cares if I did my homework. Things at home were not easy. It was crowded and there wasn't enough food for everybody. Fighting was constant, and some of my siblings started to get in trouble. When I was about 10, social workers came to our house and took some of my younger brother and one of my sisters to Emunah Children's Home in Afula. I can still hear the crying of that day. I was supposed to take in as well, but I refused, and the social workers let me stay home. But only a few months later, after turning 11, I agreed to join my siblings at Emunah Afula. It was a hard transition from waking up late and not being told what to do, and I was now at a place that there has rule, a dress code, and I actually had to go to school. I was angry with everybody. I was angry with my parents for not giving us a good home. I was angry with the social workers for taking me away from home. I was angry with the Emunah staff for making me get up in the morning, making me do my homework, making me go to bed at night. I was so confused. I felt like I was being punished. I was sad. I was embarrassed for being called a child at risk. I had a home in Moreshet, and part of me wished I could be back there and the thing will be better. I missed my parents, and I was so jealous of my brother and sister who stayed at home. A week has passed, and then another week, and slowly I started making friends at Emunah and at school. My teachers like me, well, most of the time, and my grades started getting better. I joined the choir and the dance group. I went to a weekly play drama therapy session, and the staff made sure to be in touch with my teachers. They told me I had talent and that I could succeed if I put my mind to it. It made me feel safe and strong, and I also realized that it was my responsibility to make it happen, to be successful. Emunah staff taught me to have emunah b'atzmi, to believe in myself and that the sky is the limit. So in 2014, I graduated from the best high school in Afula and joined the army. I was so proud to wear the green uniform and to know that I'm making a difference. After a long training course, I served as a combat paramedic and treated soldiers who were wounded in battles and civilians who were hurt in terrorist attacks. After 2 years of service, I spent 4 months hiking in South America and volunteered in Brazil with underprivileged children. When coming back to Israel, I decided to pursue my dream and study acting, realizing how passionate I was to be in front of the camera, but not necessarily acting, but being me. So then I started working at the news channel as a content creator and work long hours to move up the ladder. Currently, I'm the director of the social media department in Channel 12. It's the Israeli largest TV station and news outlet. Thank you. I'm the thick of Israel's current affair, and I have the opportunity to meet and interview many leaders and decision makers. Part of the content that I try to bring to our audience is good news. I look for stories that bring joy, especially during this past year. Without a doubt, the hardest day of my career was October 7. I worked for 48 hours straight, knowing that some of my friends died at the Nova Festival and some were hurt in battles. I got painful phone calls from people in the South where they were hiding in the shelters. I've been working all this time covering the world, knowing that my brother is fighting in Gaza and praying and hoping that I never see his name come up in the newsroom. My relationship with my family, especially my parents, is still not easy, but the love and support of my Emunah family helped me move away from the trauma I experienced as a child, and I promise you that my children will grow up in a safe home with loving family. I have also gone from being a person who needed help, a taker, to becoming a giver, a person who is able to help and support others, and I must say that I'm so proud of that. Yeah, thank you. I want to go back to the opening of my speech. I ask you to remember something. I ask you to remember that my story is one of thousands of other kids' stories just like me. So I don't know how long have you been involved with Emunah, but if you were involved already in 2010, please know that your donation affected my life. If you got involved just a few years ago, know that your donation affected my younger sister and brothers. So please continue to invest in Emunah and help many other children to reach for the star just like I do. Thank you so much. May I say, thank you. May I say how proud I am to be invited to speak on behalf of all these children. Each and every one of them says thank you. I say to each and every one of you, thank you so much.